Hey guys, this is the Frostronics 24-inch outdoor refrigerator. Let's get this thing out of the box. All right, so this thing came extremely well packaged. It is completely surrounded by at least 1.5 inches of foam on all sides. The front has 3 inches of foam. It has a bottom with foam underneath, and then it's covered with this plastic right here just to keep the stainless steel really nice. One thing that stood out right away is this has stainless steel, a brushed finish, beautiful stainless steel sides on 5 sides. So the front, of course, like most refrigerators, is the nice stainless steel finish, but also both the left, right, back, and top of this all has the nice finish on it, which is really important because that means you can use this under a cabinet like it's designed for, but it's also designed to be able to set out without having a cabinet wrap around it, because the sides of it also look really nice. So if you have a place on your patio or outside where you want to set it along something where it's not completely covered or wrapped, it's still going to look really nice. So when you get this out of the box, the door will swing open, and you'll notice there's no handle on it yet. You will find the handle inside here with some shelves and hardware. So you can set these shelves at the height that you want them. And these are nice, high quality stainless steel shelves. These are going to hold up really well. They'll also be very easy to clean. All right, so once you get your clips in to hold your shelves, you can space those out however you want, and obviously you can adjust them very easily. They just snap into the side rails here. You're going to want to take your shelves and set them in with this rail towards the back, and what that does is keeps things from pressing back too far and pushing up against the heating elements. You can see there's some fans and a grill down here for circulating the cold air or the warm air, which we'll talk about here in a minute. Stopper piece right there towards the back, and that of course will help your refrigerator run as good as possible. And the handle was really easy to install. It's just 2 screws. You need a Phillips head screwdriver, and it goes on in a couple seconds. Very easy to put on and looks really nice. So why don't we get this thing plugged in? So the controls are actually really easy to use. On the right side here, you're going to get your power button, so you can turn this thing on or off, and it'll stay on or off just by pressing that power button. Here is a light mode. So there's LEDs under here, which is really nice to light it up whenever you open the door. If you don't want that on, you can permanently turn them off. So the M is the mode button. If you hold that in, you can change from Celsius to Fahrenheit. You can also change the mode just by clicking this. So there's 4 different modes. So normal is just your standard refrigeration mode. You set the temperature you want, and it's going to cool down until it reaches that temperature and then turn off the cooling element. The next mode here is the winter mode. This is probably the coolest thing about this outdoor refrigerator is the winter mode. So the problem with a standard refrigerator is in the winter, if it gets really cold where you live, it'll actually freeze everything inside. So this refrigerator actually has a heating element built into it, so it will warm your drinks to keep it at whatever temperature you set. So if you set it to 36 degrees and it gets down to 20 degrees outside, it's going to run the heating element to make sure the inside of the refrigerator always stays at your set temperature. So it'll run the cooling element during the day to keep it cool, and maybe the heating element at night to keep it warm if it needs to. Party mode, it will run the cooling element non-stop for 6 hours. So you turn that on, so you're having a party 6 hours straight. It's just going to run the cooling element, so it's going to keep things really cold because you're going to be opening and closing the door constantly. So it just runs it for a while, just to help keep things extra cold. After 6 hours, it's going to go back to the normal mode. And the last mode here is the beer mode. This changes the temperature down to 20. I thought the manual said 26. It's showing 27 here, but obviously very cold, below freezing. And that's going to keep your drinks super cold. Obviously, don't use that for anything other than alcoholic beverages. But yeah, so in the normal mode, just set this to the temperature you want, and it's going to cool it down. There's also some indicator lights telling you what it's doing, giving you some information, and the manual they send along goes over all those indicator lights really well. All right, so a couple more cool features about this refrigerator. They send along an anti-tip kit right here. So if you're installing this under your cabinet, obviously you wouldn't want this to tip forward every time you open the door, or if somebody hangs on it. You wouldn't want it to move around at all, let's be honest. There's these 2 little feet you can install, and then hooks that mount on the bottom. And then when you slide this back in, it hooks into place and keeps it locked into that spot. So really good design here. You could actually do this too, even if it wasn't under a counter. But yeah, so they send a kit along to do that. They also send, and this is really important, keys. So these keys will work in the bottom of the door here, you can see this spot here. So these keys will just press into here, and you can turn this and then lock this, and it drops a pin down under here, and now the door can't be opened. So that's really important if you are storing things outside where you don't have security, like inside your house. Somebody wants to come by and steal something out of your refrigerator, you have this locked with the keys. This door can also be switched to open left hand or right hand, whichever way you want. It's very easy to do. They walk you through that in the manual as well. And the feet underneath are adjustable. So you can see right now it's tipping slightly. You can unscrew the feet, get it perfectly level. So it's going to be perfectly set exactly where you want. And it holds a lot of drinks. You can fit 168 12-ounce cans. It's a 5.47 cubic foot refrigerator, and you can change the temperature anywhere from 26 to 50 degrees. And it's also waterproof level IPX4, so you can leave this outside in the rain, in the weather, all year long and not have to worry about it getting damaged. I am really impressed with the design. I mean, it just looks really nice, and the features are really easy to use, especially like that winter mode. So you don't need to worry about drinks freezing. It will actually warm things up to keep it at exactly the temperature you want. So that is really nice. But you can tell everything is really well designed. Everything's heavy duty. The door has some weight to it. It's got a nice seal, locks into place. So this is a really high quality outdoor refrigerator, and it has a lot of awesome features.